You know, I keep on hearing that real estate is not what it used to be because of now that the big businesses have got into the business of real estate, and big businesses have always been into the business of real estate, but they've been on it like on a commercial level, as far as like buying commercial properties and things like that. Now big businesses are buying residential properties, and they're buying them in bulk because they have the money. I don't even know how that's not even illegal. How are they allowed to do that?
Bought 22 rental units in only 18 months, and now I regret it. Just to show you, here's a 2-unit property I own. Here's another one that's a 6-unit apartment building. And here's another one. And here's another one. And there's even more properties, but I'm done driving around wasting my gas, and I feel you guys understand. I thought owning rental properties would be a great source of income, but boy, was I wrong. Most real estate investors teach about buying rental properties, rehabbing them, renting them out to tenants, and then refinancing them with a bank just to only cash flow $300 per month. And that $300 per month may sound like a small amount, but when you have a lot of units, that amount adds up. For the 22 units that I own with my business partner, we roughly cash flow on an average of $600 per month, and that's per unit. And on a monthly basis, that comes to $13,200. And on an annual basis, each year, that comes to $158,400. And that's a big cash flow amount just for only owning 22 units. Now that we talked about the money side of things, you're probably thinking to yourself, Stephanie, why on earth would you regret buying all these properties and wanting to sell them if you're making well over 6 figures with them? Well, because I'm here to tell you the dark side of owning rental properties that the other real estate gurus won't tell you. I honestly thought that as we buy more rental properties that I would make more money. And as we continue to buy more, I just became more broke. So owning 22 rental properties looks great on social media, but in real life, it sucks. And the 6 figures that you see that we make from all these properties isn't really 6 figures, because as you buy more and you scale, more of that money of that cash flow that you make just goes into buying more properties. And not only that, you have to remember you're dealing with properties and things happen. So a roof could go out, an HVAC system could go out, you know, windows could need to be replaced, and those are some pricey items. And
I actually know somebody who, you know, during the early 2000 era, when the housing boom was happening, before the housing crashed, like before the housing crash, I don't know what it's called, but like it's around the time Obama got in office or whatever, and the banks had to bail the banks out, things like that, and that time, like when the recession happened. But this person that I know got he got like about 15 properties, 15 or 20. I think it was 20 properties. And now that person is like trying to sell almost all of his properties. And he's actually this person is more so focused on investing. And the person basically said real estate is not the wave anymore. You know, it was the wave at one point, but now investing is the way, in like stocks and things like that, you know? So that's interesting that she has this take, because at one point it was a great opportunity, but now it's just like you might be wasting your time, or not wasting your time. You might be doing so much work to get so little out of it as far as profit.
that starts to add up. Look, think about it. Let's say you own a single family house and you decide to rent it out and you cash flow $400 per month. That's great. You know, that's above average because typical investors look to cash flow roughly $200 a month. So you're making $400 a month just from this one property. Now, let's say your roof goes out, and to buy a new roof, that costs $5,000. All your cash flow of that $400 per month is completely wiped out just because of that one thing, just because you have to pay for that roof. Look, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money, whether that's buying rental properties or not. I'm just here to tell you what my journey is and the ups and downs that have come along with it, just so it can help you along the way.
One thing about business that you have to understand, that anybody has to understand, I learned very early, is that you have to pivot. You have to have the ability to pivot. You can't get so attached to any type of business model or something that works that you just want to do that and only do that. You have to be able to adjust. If it's working, of course, it makes sense to continue to repeat it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if it's broke, you got to fix it. And that's not necessarily broke. If it's something that don't work no more, you got to go a different direction, you know? So it makes sense. If real estate isn't where it is anymore, it makes sense. Maybe like flipping houses is still a thing, but as far as renting, and only getting $300 to $400 to $500 a month in profit a month from one unit, I don't know if that's worth it, bro. With inflation the way that it is, it's just not worth it, bro.